Cinnamon's Wake.
Cinnamon's Wake. Do you like rap music?
Yes.
Like Italian food?
Me too. Oh my gosh.
What a weird, that was so random. Alright, so Cinnamon's Wake is episode 5. Welcome back to the Gilmore Girls vlogs. This is one of the most cliche episodes of the series so far, but wrapped inside one of the fucking weirdest episodes television's ever seen.
Right.
Which I like.
It's very charming.
So the plot, Cinnamon is the neighbor's cat, which we haven't talked about the neighbors. They've popped up here and there. I think they might have been in every episode somewhere.
I think so.
Or every other episode. It's a little lady and a tall guy.
It's Babette and Mari.
I think so, yeah. And he likes Thelonious Monk, and they have an orange cat named Cinnamon.
Cinnamon.
And the cat dies this episode.
Tear.
So there's a wake where like every character on the show, except for the parents, Lorelei's parents, show up at the house, which is like a hobbit house. All the doors and ceilings
it's built
are
for
like
little short Babette.
Yay big.
Which is funny because Mari is so tall.
Right. This is weird, awkward, whatever, because Lorelei had a date. OMG.
OMG!
Lorelei had a date.
With who?
What's his fuck? She said it like 17 times. Mr. Medina.
Max Medina.
Max Medina. Lorelei's teacher, which is not actually wrong. Rory's teacher. Rory's teacher from the last episode, the English teacher who got dreamy out of nowhere.
Yeah, I finally convinced her. They like had a coffee meetup.
Yeah, the first half of the episode before the cat dies is Rory is being pursued by Dean, who comes back, and Lorelei is being pursued by Max. So kind of this dual thing going on here. I don't like Max. He does nothing for me.
No?
Yeah. And they didn't even save it at the end.
Pretty bland character.
They didn't even save it for me at the end. Unlike the, by the end of it, both of them are kind of on their way towards their first romantic flings of the series. But I will say that the Dean-Rory thing totally won me over by the end.
Really?
Yeah, I actually wanted to like give a slow clap in my head. Like, well done, writers and dude. Well done, Dean. Because he's doing the whole I'm the pretty boy guy thing and you're all nervous, right? And following around and talking to her, and like he sees her get on the bus on her way to Chilton, and he jumps on after her and sits behind her and like literally like perches over her shoulder like a fucking vampire.
Hey, how's it going?
Yeah, hey, what are you doing? Get off the bus! Hey, the bus is stop.
Oh, she is horribly awkward.
She is, but it was adorable.
She does it very well.
It was pretty cute. And then she goes to visit him in his store, except she's not really there to visit him, but he sees her anyway. I like that moment a lot. He's working at a grocery store as like a bad boy. She got him that job way back in the pilot. And she walks in from across the store. She's like peeking at him from behind some fucking vegetables or something. And he sees her and goes, hey, like just, and she immediately fucking darts behind a thing.
Yeah.
That made me laugh. Like, that sums it up.
Yeah.
Right there. The guy's like, hello, and the girl's like, mm.
Yeah. No, basically. Yeah. I could totally relate to
And he
that.
keeps popping up throughout the episode, and she keeps doing this awkward, like, I have to go thing.
Yeah.
And at the end, he sneaks up on her again. At Cinnamon's wake, Rory runs off to go be by herself because she finds out that her mother is dating her teacher, or wants to date her teacher. So Lorelei's sitting in the garden of the neighbors. What are their names?
Babette and Mari?
Babette and Mari, who are weird people with the cat, the tall and the short. And they have like 40 garden gnomes. So there's a shot of Rory sitting in their backyard, flanked on all sides by garden gnomes. I was like, this is a horror movie come to life. And then
Enter Dean.
Yeah, out of nowhere, Dean pops in the frame. She's like, bah! And he's like, sorry, I didn't mean to scare you. And she's all awkward because she likes him. And then they saved it. He's like, I just wanted to apologize.
Yeah.
I've kind of been bugging you lately. I thought maybe you were interested or that you might thing. Anyway, just want to let you know I'm going to leave you alone. Which, A, well done on the writers, because now I'm rooting for him because he did the right thing. And B, well done, dude, for, I'm assuming that was sincere. And he was going to back off. Wasn't working, I'm going to tap out. Unlike, the guy who was like, Mary, the kid at the Chilton Academy.
That guy's so annoying.
So, it's like, I'm not interested, so I just want to say I'll leave you alone. I won't bother you anymore. He starts to walk away. And she's like, I am interested. And he smiles at her. You are? And she goes, yeah. I gotta go.
Yeah,
she fucking,
does the same thing.
She runs off, and then he does the fucking, like, he's looking this way, so he's in profile, and she runs that way, so I gotta go. And he, like, turns and does the whole I'm a pretty boy into the camera thing, and then does the push in, smile, like, alright, I get it. He's pretty. Fair enough. Yeah, the fucking hair. On the bus, when he's perched over her shoulder and they're chit-chatting,
like
the whole time I was like, dude! I feel like his mother, like, fucking get the hair out of your eyes, man! Which, speaking of 90s, man, they went for it on this one.
It's dreamy when the hair, like, falls into the eyes.
I can't see.
Well, you didn't... I don't know.
Mm.
I can't explain that.
Anyway, they really went hardcore with the references this time, which I appreciated. So it opens up, we finally got to see Lane dancing
Yeah.
Turns out she's doing it at their house.
She hangs out there occasionally.
Yeah. And she's skanking.
Yeah.
Which
To
is,
rancid.
to all you kids out there, there was a form of music called ska, and the way you danced was you skanked. YouTube it. It's probably getting pretty dirty by this point. I don't think you should Google skanking. I'm sure it's filthy. Anyway, it was a really fun dance where you like run in place and kick. So that happened. What else happened? There was a bunch of other 90s references, but I can't remember what they were. Fuck. Did they mention a movie or a TV show?
I don't know.
There was that "Do you like rap?" moment. That was fucking awkward. Two of the whitest people in the history of television sitting in a coffee shop talking about "Do you like rap?" Yeah, I have a dog.
She was whining.
She does that.
Here you go, girl.
That's Willow. Hello. Anyway, there was fucking references to pop culture. I can't remember what they were. They made me laugh though.
It's on you. I can remember plot for this, but I do not know references.
Yeah. So the other side of it. Hello, Jesus. Yeah. The other side of the story is Lorelei's thing. I don't know. I wasn't charmed by it.
Lorelei? So Max doesn't do anything for you?
I'm charmed by Lorelei because they have this whole conversation at a coffee shop, and when it's over, she agrees to go on a date with him, and then he gets up to walk away, and the camera lingers on Lauren Graham's face, and she kind of she's been playing it cool the whole time. There's one moment where she's like you can kind of see on her face that it was intense.
This?
When they're at the coffee shop.
Yeah.
And he tells the story that may be false about his uncle.
Are you talking about when he's got his hand on her like that?
Yeah, I mean, she does look down, a little subtle thing, that was nice. Yeah. But after that scene, he gets up to leave, and it's just real quick. He exits the frame, and she's still sitting there, and she has one moment of her eyes get wide for a second, wow.
Yeah, I think they have a lot of chemical, not chemical. They have a lot of. It could be chemical.
Very pheromone based.
It's just attraction, but yeah, other than that,
I like
they
the
don't
fact
have
that
anything in common, right? Except for Rory, and that's fucking.
I mean, he does say the wordsmith thing because they both talky.
Yeah, they are.
But I mean, I like the fact that she's interested.
Yeah.
So I like seeing her. I like seeing that character excited about a guy, but I don't like him at all. He doesn't. It's not that I dislike him either. He just does nothing for me.
Oh, I like him. He's fine.
He's bland.
He's okay.
Professor Blandinson in Bland 101.
Right. He's got nice hair too.
He totally looks like Ted Mosby, but a more boring. He's Jed Mosley. This is just boring, boring. Suki set something on fire this episode.
Yeah, with the blowtorch.
But they didn't do the whole. It wasn't a big thing, but still they're keeping that going. Now I'm starting to think. So Luke is in the episode as always. My Laura Luke #Laura Luke forever. He's in the episode because at the wake, they bring food. Everyone the whole town shows up to fucking mourn this cat. But also they go to the diner, and Luke and Suki have a thing where they're eating burgers. So Lorelei and Suki, and Luke's there, and he leaves to go by in the house to do something in the back room. So they're did you get onions on your burger? And Lorelei's nope. So Suki goes behind the counter and starts doing her Suki thing about I'm gonna add a garnish and here's the thing, and I add a little cayenne pepper. It'll give you're gonna plots, she says. And then when Luke comes out, she's get out from behind my counter. I told you 1,000 times. Lorelei, next time she comes in here, I want her on a leash. And then at the wake, they both bring food. So he brings good old country diner food, and she's bringing hors d'oeuvres and shit. Now I'm no, I don't want that. I mean, they're cute. It'd be a good couple, but I don't want that to happen. Lorelei and Luke forever.
What makes you think that there's a
connection there?
Yeah.
Nothing. I mean, they're doing the cheesy thing where they both like food and they're bickering, but also when they show up at the party, they're trying to go through the very small door and they both get stuck.
Oh.
Just that kind of
I just thought it was
they're bouncing
chef
off each other.
competition.
I mean, probably it is. It's just honestly, I'm just flabbergasted they haven't set the romance thing going yet. Most TV shows do that, which again, to the show's credit, the point of the show is not the romances.
They haven't set which romance yet.
Anything. I mean, they've been setting it up, but usually by episode 5 of most shows, it's you're already rooting for a couple.
We met Dean at the beginning.
Dean, yeah, but this is his second episode.
And we met Luke at the beginning.
No, Luke, yes, but I mean, sure. My point is, all the things are set up, but it's not there's already a couple that's happening.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm saying? Friends did the Ross and Rachel thing, and from that first episode that Ross has been in love with her forever.
Okay.
From the first, from the first scene. But again, to the show's credit, I'm glad it's not just about who they're dating. The show's about
It's about Gilmore Girls, and this episode is very much about Stars Hollow.
Yeah.
Because it's a very unique community.
It's the town, yeah.
Where
I didn't catch that. They said at the beginning.
Together.
Our town's so weird.
Yes, they did.
They set that up.
I was hoping you'd catch that because the whole town will seriously come together
for
all sorts of random events like that.
And
which is cool. It's part of its little charm.
Speaking of charm, I didn't notice this till now. Apparently, it's the third time he's shown up.
Yeah, Kirk.
I'm hoping that's the character's name. All right. Anyway.
We called him Kirk in this episode, but I will say what George is about to say is this, and I noticed this when I first watched the show too. This character, this actor, shows up in every single episode as a different
He's been in every episode?
He's been in every, well, okay, maybe not every episode. So he showed up on the first one where he was the DSL internet installer.
That's episode 2.
Okay, well, and he wasn't called Kirk.
It's episode 1, you're right. Wait, shit. Anyway, it might be episode 1.
Yeah, I can't remember.
Episode 2 is her first day at school.
Then he shows up as
the Swan. He's like there's at the wedding where there's 2 twins and
that boring.
The boring episode. Yeah, kill me now.
Episode
3. There's swans being delivered, and he shows up as the swan delivery guy. And in this episode, he's working at the grocery store where Dean works.
Yeah.
So yeah, he showed up in episode 2, episode 3, and episode 5 that I noticed.
Yeah.
I hope that becomes a recurring bit where he does. I want him to be every odd job guy, and then I want them to reveal that they're all related. They're just brothers.
Like there's multiple people.
Just like a full on Simpsons joke. Anyway, so I like that. I like a show with little Easter eggs like that. Writing's still good. There was a lot of cool. Like I wasn't charmed by. Maybe it's the actor. Maybe that's my issue with Mr. Max, Mr. Medina.
Okay.
Maybe the actress doesn't do anything for me, but like the writing was okay. It was a slick, back and forth they had. He tells a stupid it's not a stupid story. Maybe it's charming, but to me, it was not sincere, even when he was telling the sincere story.
Yeah.
Which is like the way he finally convinces Lorelei to go out with him because she's like, you're my daughter's teacher, and also I'm a mom, and even if you weren't my daughter's teacher, and yada yada yada. The way he finally convinces her after much banter is he tells a story about his uncle who fell in love with a girl, but he was too scared to ask her out, and then right when he thought he was going to, he got drafted, and he was like, this is perfect, I'll go to war, and I'll serve my country, and I'll come back with a job and a career and some money. And when he came back, she was gone and never saw her again. The one thing my uncle told me was, if you really want something in your gut, you gotta go for it. Not a bad story. The whole time he was talking about it, I was like, you could be talking about cardboard. I didn't feel it at all.
Yeah, well, what I noticed there was that he actually...
It's good acting, yeah.
With the arm and like...
As he's telling the story, he touches,
She's clearly not even listening to the story, in my opinion. She's more just like, oh my god.
He touched my arm.
His hand is on me.
Do they ever get into the whole,
and I don't know we don't know when her last relationship
That's what I was going to say. Do they ever get into the whole, her past relationships?
Yeah, absolutely.
Because I'll buy that Rory's never had a boyfriend.
Yeah.
Maybe some kind of flirtation.
Obviously she hasn't.
Yeah,
Jeez.
so I'll buy that, but
But Lorelei.
The cat died, and what's her fucking name? Madge?
Damn it, George.
Betsy?
No.
Batty?
Babs.
Babs?
Right?
I think so. Babs and Maury. Murray?
Now I'm just second guessing everything.
Sorry. The little lady and the big guy with the cat who died. And at one point, Lorelei and the little lady are having a conversation about, kids growing up, and, the cat was their kid, and she's worried that the way she was going to end, because on Oprah, there's a reference for you, on Oprah, they had couples on who, they lost a child, and the marriages always break up, and she's worried that she's going to break up with her tall husband-boyfriend thing because they've lost the cat. And it was clearly, the guy was very attached to the cat. And, she's like, I didn't think anybody would ever like me. And Lorelei says, I understand what you're saying. And she's like, what, are you kidding me with that ass? And then Lorelei does counter with besides my ass, the whole package.
Yeah.
But that did occur. It never occurred to me, she must have had suitors, but I guess she was just mom.
Yeah, I don't know.
And I'll buy that too. I'll totally buy the package. She was just mom.
We know there's the dad, right? And they did it when they were in high school, but who knows what she's been up to for the past 16 years.
Presumably he went to college and stuff.
Yeah, and he's doing really well with his internet startup, right?
Did she graduate from high school?
I do not believe so.
Okay.
But I could be wrong.
So yeah, the show...
I don't know.
It's weird. I'm not sure if this is the kind of show that's going to have continuing storylines, or if it's just I like hanging out with these characters and little things happen. But if there are continuing storylines, they've got boyfriends now, or they're on their way to boyfriends. Mm-hmm. So that's a thing. It's season 1, so somebody's going to cheat on somebody, or somebody's going to die, or somebody's gay. There's no way it's going to work out with these two people. Not only because I know Milo Ventimiglia, the guy from Heroes, is in the show, because he's on the Netflix poster. So he's got to show up, and he'd be Rory's age. So, sorry, Dean. Better luck in Supernatural Land. Don't just shrug at me.
There's so many things I want to say right now, and I can't, because I know what happened.
Yeah, and I don't.
Oh, we gotta keep watching, pressing on.
We do. I mean, I'm not stopping anytime soon.
No, not tonight. But...
No, not tonight, but just in general, I'm not gonna stop watching.
Yeah.
For the record, this is only our second night of watching episodes. We watched 5 episodes in the course of like 4 days. I'm going out of my mind.
Because you usually watch.
Usually it's like a season a day when I'm really watching a television show.
Well, geez,
but
we both have lives.
I understand. I'm committed to like doing it this way. It's just. It's a weird way for me to watch a show, which is really stupid because a weird way for me to watch the show, because it's which is stupid to say because this shit aired once a week, which is how you watched it, right?
Or in reruns on the ABC Family.
ABC Family.
It would come on right when I got home from school. It was perfect. So I watched it all like disconnected, and then I put it together when I was an adult.
Were you related to Lorelei or Rory more?
Rory for sure.
And now?
Both.
Yeah. Right on. We were just talking in between episodes about how I think I'm very much a Lorelei kind of character.
I could see that.
Just a smart ass, making jokes all the time, trying to stay positive.
Yeah.
There is a good bit that honestly it's probably because I'm tired and I've been up and I've had some alcohol. Although it's been a while since I had alcohol, my brain's just fried from the weekend. This episode had a bit of writing that I very rarely see in television because it's a long burn. And they generally don't do that in television, which is they set something up in the very first scene of the episode and then paid it off in the last scene.
Did you catch that? Did you know it was
As soon as you started laughing, I was like, what is she laughing about? Oh. So the episode opens with a family Friday dinner. What's it called?
Friday night dinner.
Friday night dinner. So the deal they made in the pilot.
Get it.
A Friday night dinner. The deal they made in the pilot about how Lorelei and Rory have to eat with the grandparents once a week because the grandparents paid for the school. Dad's out of town because they wanted to make a joke or that actor is busy or whatever. So the thing is, Lorelei's mother is saying, I need you to go to your cousin, whatever her name is, funeral. And Lorelei's like, who? I don't know this person at all. We've never met. The mother's like, yeah, she was your uncle's girlfriend's college roommate, So nothing to Lorelei. And it's like, well, I can't go. I'm busy that Thursday. I'm not going to go to the thing.
Yeah.
And then way at the end, as they come home from the cat funeral and Lorelei and Rory are friends again, because Lorelei finally tells Rory that, hey, I kind of want to date your teacher because he's nice or whatever. And Rory's like, okay, because I have my own boy now, I guess. They don't really get into it. It's all women-y, cagey stuff. Rory, anyways, keeping it to herself. She didn't spill the beans that she's got a boy.
Yeah, that's why I like Rory so much. She's very private. She keeps things to herself. She'll tell you when she's ready.
Yeah. Meanwhile, Lorelei is just like, whatever. Anyway, So they come home from the cat wake, and the phone is ringing, and they pick it up, and it's the mom again. It's like, where have you been all night long? And she's like, I was at a funeral.
And Rory's over here like no, don't.
And you started laughing immediately, and I was like, what are you laughing about? And I was like, oh, right. Lorelei bailed on a funeral for an actual human being
to go to
a cat funeral.
Yeah.
So, well done, writers, on that one. I want more Suki, and I want more Lane. I do. I like her.
Okay.
I want more of her. All the side characters. Michelle's in this episode for 5 seconds.
Yeah.
Michelle's plot is one scene. French people show up at the hotel, and then he's gone. That felt like an actor agent going to work thing, where it's like, I was contracted and hired to be in every episode, and I'm not in this one, so you better write me some fucking shit.
Hey, that sounds like Michelle, actually.
A little bit. So, I think that's pretty much it for this episode. We haven't seen too much of the parents in the last couple ones, which is fine. We were just talking about that in between episodes, too, is that there's a lot fucking going on in this show. There's a lot of characters. There's a lot more, and maybe that's why the humor bothered me so much in the early episodes, the screwball stuff. I'm like, just fucking tell me a story. You don't have enough time, story-wise, to goof around with Suki shit and shit on fire.
Yes, they do.
Well, I understand that now. It's again, I can't.
Trust the process.
I can't help but compare it to The West Wing because of all the talk I've heard about it. And they're not the same show. I'm just saying, The West Wing is way more plot-driven from the jump. It's characters growing slowly over time as stories are told. This is just characters doing shit once a week. Honestly, it feels like it could have been a 22-minute show. I don't know why. I mean, I understand. I'm glad it's 44 minutes, an hour-long dramedy, because I like hanging out with characters, but it must have been a weird pitch, because there's no real weight behind it. It's just hanging out for 40 minutes.
Yeah.
Which is
happen.
Yeah, I mean, it's... Honestly, I guess
we're starting storylines.
I guess it's a slice of life. A slice of life show is how it is so far. I remembered another reference. It might have been in the previous episode, but I think it was where Rory gets a D. It's like, it's just the most embarrassing thing. I don't want to tell you. And Lorelei's like, you said you loved watching Saved by the Bell.
Oh yeah.
What could be more embarrassing than that? So yeah, every once in a while they will make
Accurate. I love that.
they will make a goofball reference to, you know, something. I'm like, oh yeah, I remember that was a thing, like skanking to rancid.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the cat's dead. So R.I.P. Cinnamon.
But we'll see what happens with Lorelei and Max and with Rory and Dean.
Rory and Dean, yeah. And as a side note for the movie fan in me, the last 2 episodes have had movie puns as titles. The last one was called The Deer Hunters,
Okay.
which I guess there's a deer in that episode. They don't really hunt it, but The Deer Hunter is a really good
You
movie.
know Gossip Girl did the same thing, right?
I did not. I know Gossip
You
Girl's
might
a
have
guy.
to check that out now.
Spoilers, Gossip Girl's a guy.
Yeah, I know.
I'm not gonna watch that show.
It's pretty good.
Yeah, well, new. Anyway, this one's called Cinnamon's Wake, which is a reference to Finnegan's Wake, which I've never seen, but I like the movie stuff. I like it when TV shows are movie literate. I'm forgetting shit left and right because I'm tired, and it's a long show.
No, that was a good recap.
I know, but I want to get specific about things.
See, I can't help you there.
I understand. Anyway, that's the end of our recap for this episode of the Gilmore Girls vlog. That was episode 5, Cinnamon's Wake. We'll be back tomorrow with episode 6. Another movie title, I'm guessing, where boys and stuff. Also, I got a dog. That's Willow.
Actually, I have a dog.
Well, it's my dog. It's not going home with you.
All right. Bye.
See you next time. Bark, bark, bark.
All right.
You do look pretty content.
Near.
What she said.